There's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to you guys with another exclusive interview. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think about this interview. So today I'm going to be interviewing Tony, aka Hot Wheels of Bobby's I Love You Purr and the Bad Boys auditions. What's going on? What's going on?
Y'all know it's the baddest boy on two wheels, Hot Wheels. What's up?
You know, listen. We got somebody else on Wheels that could downplay that statement.
Who?
Mr. Ray.
Who is that?
Rolling Ray.
I still don't know who that is.
All right, so just introduce yourself for the people that's living under a rock and don't know who you are.
So my name's Tony. I go by Hot Wheels. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Houston, Texas.
Hey guys. In this part of the interview, Tony talked about some of his story dealing with what happened to his situation. So please stay tuned for the end of this video. The only reason why I had to clip this part out and put it towards the end is due to YouTube's guidelines. Anything in the first 5 minutes that includes something that's not YouTube friendly, they'll flag the video and not a lot of people will be able to see it. So I want everyone to be able to hear his story in full. So stay tuned till the end of the video before my outro, so that way you'll be able to hear what happened to him and if whoever did what they did to him was caught and everything like that. So a lot of the viewers felt like some of you guys didn't come for Bobby's love. What was the case when it comes to you? Did you really come for Bobby?
I actually did. I've been single for 8 years now. And I heard about the show. I was told about the show. I said, you know what? Let me give this person a chance. Let me give Bobby a chance. Let me see where it's at. I like his hustle. I like his grind. He's ambitious and he's goal orientated. And when he sees something, he goes after it. And I'm the same way when it comes to those aspects of my personality.
Right.
What I was not expecting was, like I said, this is my first time being around people since I've been in a wheelchair.
Right.
So it's kind of like I'm starting to realize that the first thing people see when they see me is the wheelchair. They don't see me as a person.
Right. Did you watch Zeus religiously beforehand? Were you a Baddies watcher, Jocelyn's Cabaret watcher?
The only show that I watched was Jocelyn's Cabaret. And the funny thing about it is, okay. So when I was in the hospital last year recovering from my gunshot wounds, one of my friends, she came to visit me and she was like, "Boy, you need to watch this. You'll like this." And the first time I watched Jocelyn's Cabaret, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, this is my shit."
Right. So you watched the Atlanta season first, or which one? The Vegas?
I watched the Vegas season first, and I went back and watched the Atlanta season's not that long.
Right. It was 10 episodes.
Right.
Okay, so also we know that you were on the Bad Boys Houston audition, and I'm gonna show y'all entertainers a picture, y'all. Don't mean to expose Anthony, but he was at the auditions. Take a look. There go Anthony at the auditions. He was in part 1 and part 2. There go Bakari on the very, very right side of the picture. So what was your experience at the Houston auditions? Because we know a lot went down.
I'm glad that I had enough foresight. First off, I'd never waited in line. I was not going to do that. I had a friend with me. I said, you know what? I'm not waiting in this line, and I'm not leaving. So what you want to do?
Right.
And he took his ass and then paid for a room.
Right.
Like I said, I wasn't waiting in that long-ass line. That line was blocks and blocks long. But inside, I was kind of up to the front with a lot of the influencers, so it was surreal.
It seemed like Anthony and them, they were feeling you because they passed you on to the next round. What wasn't shown that? Because we only saw a small.
No, they didn't.
There wasn't.
The real threw me out.
You for real?
As a heart attack.
But you got to the second round.
Because I wasn't finna leave. I'm a real bad boy.
Because this is him at the second round, you guys. So he passed on. So Darrell wasn't feeling you. He was just like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. And then were you disappointed that you didn't get a red ticket? Because it seems like
I did get a red ticket.
You did get a red ticket. Okay.
Yes, from Natalie herself.
Okay. See, Zeus need to do better than editing because how they showed it was, I think one person from y'all group got a red ticket and Super was in your group too. I don't know if you know Super from Bigo. And he was, but he was going off. He was like, no. That's when they escorted him out and they made it seem like none of you guys got a ticket.
Yeah, I did get a ticket.
Okay.
Natalie was like, said something along the lines that if you were bad, something, but it was basically you were supposed to stop doing what she was doing and own it and go get your ticket. But I was too busy fighting with the bitch in the back to where I didn't hear her.
Oh, yeah. The girl that was trying to grab your mic.
Yes, I was too busy fighting with her ass in the back. Like, bitch, go grab somebody else's mic. Why you want to come fuck in with me?
Right.
And that right there is a prime example of people just going out of their way to fuck with me first because I'm in that wheelchair and they think it's something sweet.
Right.
I won't be fucked with by nobody. I don't care if you're the president or the Pope.
Right. That's why I feel like a lot of people respected you on this show because, like, you wasn't taking no ish from anybody that was in the house. Did the producers, when you got on the show, right, did you reach out to the producers or did you go on and audition them yourself? Like, did the producers reach out to you due to Bad Boys or did you do the auditions once you saw it posted?
Huh?
Did the producers like reach out to you? Can you hear me? Yeah, did the producers like reach out to you due to the Bad Boys Houston auditions or did you audition yourself like formally after you saw the Instagram post?
They told me about the show and that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and audition.
Right.
But it had nothing to do with the Bad Boys Club's auditions. Like, yeah.
And then did the producers like go over with you like how heavily it would have been, like how heavily you would have been restricted in the house? Like did they sit down with you like, hey, this is gonna happen, you're gonna have a handler? Like how did that go?
No, actually I brought my best friend with me. That like there was no script. Okay. There was no script. That's what you're asking, right?
No, like did they make sure like your safety was gonna be like intact, not like scripted?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
that's part of our contracts. That safety is the number one option, but shit happens. As you saw in that kitchen scene, shit happens. I was not expecting to hit that. I was not expecting to drink a whole bottle of Hennessy and a half a bottle of Douce that day.
We're gonna get to that. So this Zeus had y'all like mix and mingle like before filming.
We actually didn't have to do that, but we did spend a couple of days at a hotel, so it's naturally that that people, when gays around each other, they do the most.
Who are you hanging around with at that time? Because we know something happened with Dimitri and the whole orange juice situation. So like, were you around when that happened or no?
No, I wasn't on that. I wasn't on the bus when that happened. I was actually, I had my own handicap accessible vehicle. But I didn't want to keep riding on a handicap accessible vehicle. So I actually told producers and production, hey, I don't need a handicap accessible vehicle. I don't need no fucking ramp. I'm not rolling a ray. I have body strength. I can jump my ass onto that bus with the rest of those dudes.
Right. Because the first scene we saw you sitting there, you was just sitting there like on the bus. I seen that. Right. So Dimitri, right? A lot of people didn't like him. They felt like he was racist and blah, 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 blah. Do you think he has like microaggressions against Black people? Like, what did you think of him?
I think that he has preconceived notions against African Americans and people of color. Okay. I think that he's ignorant when it comes to a thorough understanding of other races. And I think that he can be educated. I think that if once he's sat down and talked to and properly educated, I think he'll be okay.
Okay.
I'm always for educating a bitch, whether it be verbally or physically.
Right. So now we're going to play a game. So I want you to say your first impressions of just one word to describe this the cast when you first met them. Not how you feel about them now, but when you first met them. So I'm going to start off with Colgate. When you first met him, not now.
Midget. Midget.
You said a bitch?
Midget.
Oh, I was about to say, wait. Okay, midget. Okay, diggly.
Nasty.
Savage.
My hoe.
Ooh, TBD.
Dirty.
Ooh, go hard.
Crazy.
Crouton.
Cracker.
Island boy.
African.
Hercules.
The fuck?
Soul.
He think he better than everybody.
Oh, I didn't get that from him. Tracks.
Who is this bitch?
Big Bird.
Oh.
Miss Marvelous.
She cute.
And then Dimitri.
Bitch. You knew that was coming.
Right. So speaking of Dimitri, we saw you on the bus that you had called him out that he wasn't happy to be there. It seemed at that point that some of the boys wasn't feeling him. Was it because he was acting as if he was better than you guys, or what?
That and first off, at the hotel, he actually made fun of me being in a wheelchair when we were signing contracts. He was like, "Oh, they got somebody in the wheelchair." Like the way he said it,
right? Like
was nasty. Like he just had automatically started with me. Then when we were filming the introduction scene before we got to the house, we filmed the intro scene on the boats. They had to split up between 3 boats. So Jason Lee and Lemmy got on our boat to introduce themselves or whatever. And while Jason Lee's talking, this asshole interrupts Jason Lee and it's like, oh, I seen you in Coach.
TBD did mention something about him getting into it with Jason Lee, so it was over him calling him out being on Coach instead of first class.
So at that point, Lemmy starts talking, and when he starts talking, when he finishes, I go to start thanking Lemmy and saying, thank you for having me here, thank you for the opportunity. This bitch interrupts me and starts fucking with Jason Lee again.
Oh wow!
No cameras are around,
right?
Mind you, and Jason Lee's like basically telling him, "Hey, you need to stop. You're doing too much.
Right?
There are no cameras here. Save it for the cameras." And like he had interrupted me, so I said, "Excuse me, you ain't hear me talking." And that's when he goes to hurling his little insults at me. And I was gonna slap the fuck out of him, but I don't know if it was Hercules or I think it was Hercules and Island Boy. They grabbed me and was like, "No, don't do it."
Hercules was playing top flight security half of the season.
Baby, okay.
How long did you guys film the promo before entering the house? Was it like the day before, 2 days before?
It was the day before, I think.
The day before, okay. And how was
it? It was a whole day of filming. I do know that.
A whole day of filming the promo and the intro. You guys' intro, I think, is the nicest one they've had in like a minute because it looks like a music video. So they put money. I could tell they put a lot of money into y'all production versus like the first season of Baddies. So how was it meeting Jason Lee and like was he like respectful towards you? Because I know you said you were thinking him and Lemmy and everything like that.
Yes, they cool. I mean, they're easy to approach, easy to talk to. Jason Lee gave us a copy of his book he wrote. It's very, very like I would, if you haven't read it, and I would read it because his story reminds me of myself a lot. Like I grew up in foster care. I've had nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've been to the point to where I've absolutely had nothing, and there's just I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
take it on.
I know that the bad days are over. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I know that I'm on track to start to receive my blessings. You know?
Right. A lot. Your story, I think, inspires a lot of people because there are some people that may have family members in the same situation as you or are going through the same thing that you're doing. So you being on the show, a lot of people, I feel like, were rooting for you, especially when the whole Bobby thing happened. A lot of people were mad because they felt like, whoa, like this shouldn't be happening. So it's good that you were, like I said, casted on the show.
And let me tell you something. I am not an angry black man. Like,
Right.
I'm not angry. I got over the fact. Let me tell you something. For me to start to be able to recover and heal, I had to get over the fact. I had to forgive the guy that shot me. No, it was not easy. When this first happened, my God, I cried every day. Who wouldn't? I've been walking 30 years.
Right.
You know? But when I started seeing movements in my legs and in my hips and stuff, that told me, that says, you know what?
This isn't forever.
This ain't forever.
Right.
Work hard. Do what you're supposed to do. It's going to be okay.
Right.
It's going to be okay.
Right.
You
And then
know,
also, did you reach out to Zeus like after the show to maybe be able to maybe promote some? Because one thing I wish that they did was kind of promote like a foundation or something for like gun violence or something like that, or maybe people with disabilities, like maybe end the show with that or anything like that. Did you reach out to Zeus to tell him maybe you should have like an organization at the end of the show?
I'm going to tell you this. Zeus supports all my goals and plans. And I'm going to leave it at that because, you know, you never know what you guys might see in the future.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. How did you feel about Andre coming on the show? And TBD told me on his interview, he said that you guys got a heads up about him, but you guys were told not to tell Bobby. Did you feel that he had an unfair advantage because he was Bobby's ex?
No, because I ain't know who the fuck he was.
You didn't know Andre at all?
I ain't know. Let me tell you something. I'm not no nosy bitch. I don't be all on the internet trying to see who's dating who. I couldn't tell you shit about nobody.
Right. So when he came out, you like, who's this?
That was pretty much it. And then I wasn't even on no who's this shit. I really didn't give a fuck who he was.
Right.
I know who I was there for and what I was there for.
Right. Did the producers give him any special treatment? Because I feel as if, because me watching it, I'm thinking, okay, I know he went out with Jeffree Star. I don't know if you know Jeffree Star, but he's like this like millionaire YouTuber.
I ain't know who the fuck Jeffree Star was.
Right.
So like, I didn't see any. As a matter of fact, if anybody got any special treatment on the cast, it was me. If they spent more money on anybody, it was me. Because they had to, you know, pay for special vehicles and different things to accommodate me.
Right. Okay, that's good. Because I felt like I feel like he got a lot of special treatment because I feel like it was in his contract or something. It's just me guessing because I feel like it was in his contract that he got to make the finals.
He got treated like the tall ugly bitch he is.
Oh, you don't feel it, Andre?
I don't feel nobody but me.
So then we see Dimitri fighting Cash and Colgate in front of the house and everything like that,
running all over me and shit. Yeah, right. I see. Yeah, I was right there.
How long did that take place? Was that like for like an hour or anything like that before getting into the house? Like,
oh my God, like 2 days. I don't know how long those fights took. All I know is I was tired, I was irritated, and I was over it.
Right. And then they assigned the room. So then Dimitri and Hercules ended up getting their own room. A lot of people like speculated that they were like messing around or anything like that because he was so protective over Dimitri. Did you kind of peep that, or were you just like, no, that can't be true or anything like that?
I don't think Hercules would mess with nobody that looked like Dimitri. Dimitri looks like something. I don't know, but he just isn't. His appearance is just not up to par, dear.
Right. I thought that at first, but then it's like, I feel like, this is my opinion, I don't feel like Hercules is really gay. Like, that's just my opinion. I feel like he's only doing this for a check. That's just
what you think?
Yes.
You need to keep watching the show then.
Okay. Also, some stuff comes out there. Okay. That's what I just see, just based off of stuff that we've seen online.
Stay tuned in, because anything that happened after I got eliminated, I know nothing about.
Okay. Did you suspect anybody in the house was messing around? Speaking of that.
No, like I said, I mind my business. The hardest part of the business is minding. And when you mind others, they tend to mind yours. So I tend to mind mine.
Right. Do you feel like Colgate should have been sent home for being on Jacked? And was anybody on these apps or anything like that? Do you think he should have got sent home? Like right as he got on there?
Hell the fuck yeah, he should have got his ass sent home. He got caught slipping.
Right.
You get caught slipping, you go home. Period.
Right. So in the next scene, we see you getting into it with Bakari. I'm not getting into it, Bakari. You vented to Bakari about how hard it is living in the house. How drunk were you at the time, and how much did you drink? Because I know that Henny bottle was half empty. That thing was about to the bottom. So how long were you drinking at that time?
You know, everything's a blur from that day.
Uh-huh.
But I think at that time, I had only been drinking for like maybe an hour, 2 hours.
Right.
You know, I was down in that. I don't play with no alcohol. It's meant to be drank, not nursed.
Not that Henny though. That thing, it was gone.
Right.
I was like,
Not nursed.
Okay. And then also,
We don't nurse.
At that point, was it?
Let me tell you something. Fucking with me and my brother, with me and Jameson.
Right.
And
y'all was drinking it down.
Let me tell you something. If me, Jameson, and Savage was in a club together, and we was really on our tens, they wouldn't have enough liquor in that bitch. I'm telling you that right now.
So y'all was the lushes in the house, y'all was drinking up the bottles. That's funny. Did the producers ever step in and tell the guys like be careful around you? Because we see in the fight that happens in the house, Rel and Hercules end up falling on top of you. Were you in any pain?
No, they ain't falling on top of me. I pulled Hercules on top of me.
Oh, okay.
You have to slow the clip down. You'll see.
Were you in any pain at that point? Because it literally looked like Hercules' big ass was in your lap. So like, it didn't hurt.
I was drunk.
So you was numb.
But I'll tell you this: the next day I was in excruciating pain.
Right.
But I able to push through. That's part of when you move your joints. That's nerve and muscle activation. So it is what it is. I mean, it's part of my injury.
Right. A lot of people were wondering, why did you throw the bottle at Dimitri? Like, was there things cut out that we didn't see? Like, were you guys getting into it?
You didn't see him throw that water on me first?
Okay.
Did you watch the show?
I watched it back. I watched it back. I watched it. Trust, I do the recaps. No, I do the recaps all on my channel, and I even watched it back for this interview. I don't know if they edited it out, but you started yelling at him first, and what I remember is you was just like, "Oh, and you bitch, I'm gonna stop fucking with me," something like that. And it lists as if you threw the bottle first.
No, he threw water on me first.
He threw water on you first. Okay.
Go back and watch. Go back and watch again. When you go back and watch again, you'll see that water coming down.
Okay. And then you ended up throwing the bottle at him.
It was an instantaneous reflex.
Okay. And Rolling Ray, of course, was there. So I know Rolling Ray was like next to, I remember he was next to Dimitri.
He acted like he couldn't see nothing that went on.
Right.
But we're not going to talk about that bitch because
I have one question about him. Was he reprimanded for spitting at you?
I believe so because, to be honest, I was really ready to go after that. But after, sitting down with, some of the higher ups at Zeus, and they, assured me that they didn't condone that.
Right.
They don't condone spitting in bodily fluids. I went ahead and stayed.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You didn't let him take the show away from you. Do you wish you got a nickname different from what you got in?
At first, yes, I did not feel my nickname. I didn't like the nickname. Then I said, you know what they meant to use as a joke, I'm gonna turn around and make it for good. And I guarantee you I'm gonna make $1 million off this goddamn name within the next 2-3 years. I guarantee you that. Maybe even more.
We need some Hot Wheels merch. We need
it's coming. It's most definitely. I said it's coming. It's most definitely coming.
All that. So I know you sick and tired of talking about it, but we got to talk about the handler situation. How long have you known the handler? I know you said he was there with you, and he was one of your best friends, and was there when you unfortunately got shot. So how long have you known him? And did he have his own separate room in the house?
I've known him almost 10 years, and no, he was in the room with me.
He was in the room with you. Okay.
Right.
Did your handler tell you what happened with him and Island Boy right after, or like, because it seems as if you were
I
kind of
found out when y'all found out.
Oh wow! So he
At
didn't
that,
let you
at that
know.
eliminations. That's why I was looking like that. I ain't know what was going on.
Okay. And then you mentioned that you were the one who told him that he had to leave. So production wasn't the one who stepped in like, hey, you can't be messing with the cast. You got to go.
No, that was me.
That was you. Okay. And nobody took his place of assisting you afterwards. I know some of the cast tried to help you out when they can. But
Actually, Island Boy and Dingaling, they took it up on themselves. Island Boy took it up on himself to come work with me in the mornings. Dingaling took it on himself to come make sure I was, tucked in, had weed, made sure everything was okay for me at night.
Okay, that's good. A lot of people, even TBD told me in the interview that Dingaling is a lot like a really nice person. Like he made sure to tell me that he was like he's a really cool person. Like in the house, he made sure everybody was straight. So
man,
yeah. What is the status of your relationship with the handler right now?
I mean, we're friends.
Are you a little mad at him because of what happened? Like you made me go through all this ish, or like you like okay, it is what it is.
We've talked it over as friends. We've been friends going on 10 years. It is what it is. It's just as friends, you have to know, you have to set certain boundaries.
Right.
And that's what I've started to do with all of my friends.
Right. And then the next big thing that happens is the TVD versus Mikey. And a lot of people in the house felt like TVD
Next
was
question, Tamika.
Why? No. What? No, because you were in that scene. That's what I'm asking. You were in that scene.
I was irritated because
yes,
all that fighting and shit had went on the day before. I was irritated as fuck. My body was hurting. We were sitting outside smoking. It was me, Island Boy, Soul, Savage, and I think that's it. We was outside just chilling, smoking, sipping out, breakfast drinks. And next thing you know, all hell breaks loose. And I'm asking Big Purr, I'm like, what's the problem? Well, such and such came and told me that such and such said, wait. You over here doing all this shit behind such and such. He say, she say, she say, he say, she say.
Right.
If you don't get the fuck.
Because a lot of people were saying TBD was talking about everybody in the house. Was that true? Like, was he being messy in the house? Like,
I mean, look at him. I mean, that's just what dirty people do.
And did Big Bird have the icy hot for his back? Because that was really funny when you said, did you ice Big Bird's back? Because he made sure to, the security made sure to, body slam him down to the bushes.
Baby, he was stuck down there too. I know his back was hurting.
If you were able to do the poop challenge, who would you go against? Like, who would you want to face off against? That you know
Island Boy.
Island Boy? Okay.
I'm taking down the biggest, the baddest, the big bad wolf.
Okay. So the same day when you received your chain against Colgate, right? Do you think that he was really going to send you home? Because that was around the time that you was about to go home, but he was like, oh, come back. Like, did you really think you were going to go home at that point?
I thought I was going home every time I sat in front of him. I kept telling myself, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. So then we get the introduction to Jocelyn. So how was it meeting Jocelyn Hernandez?
Let me tell you something. Meeting Jocelyn was like meeting the Pope and the President at the same time.
Why?
She's a vibe. She's really, really a vibe. And she is beautiful. When I say this woman is drop dead gorgeous in person, she is beautiful.
Yeah. She is. I've seen her, like I said.
Her spirit, I don't give a fuck what none of them bitches that went on her show said. She has a good spirit. You can feel it coming off of her. I think a lot of people, because of her accent, they think that it's aggression when it comes out of her mouth. But Jocelyn don't talk no different than what me and you talk. Like if we was having a talk with our, you know what I'm saying? Them bitches
gets a really bad rep. Like Jocelyn gets a really bad rep.
Them bitches just be so, I don't know. but I didn't experience that. I saw her be the same with Lemmy all the way down to us.
Okay. Oh, that's good to hear then.
That was my experience with Jocelyn. That's what I can speak on.
Okay. That's good to hear. Because most of the time,
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If Jocelyn brought me on her show, them bitches would be mad at me because I be looking at them hoes talking about you camel-toed ass bitch. How dare you come on this motherfucking show with your feet out like that? I be getting on her ass.
No, I said that Jocelyn needs to start, because the cabaret can only go on for so much season. She need to start a gentleman's club, like a male cabaret. That would be kind of raw. What you think?
That'd be nasty.
A male cabaret, like
who's gonna be her? Who's the hottest dancer out there? Who's gonna be her lead male dancer that she's gonna train to do what she did?
It's just gonna be just like the cabaret. Instead, just make it dudes, and then y'all can have it be like a unisex. Like you can have straight males, gay males. You know, feel me? All in the club, and her searching for him, and have a whole nother series.
Now that's gonna be more spicy than females.
Exactly.
You see what we did on Bobby Lytes show.
See? Why if Zeus picked this, I'll be mad because I'll be giving out too much ideas. That's my fault. Okay, so we get to the whole Bobby thing. Were you shocked that the push thing happened? Like, break down how was that experience like? What didn't we see?
No, y'all saw everything. Like, y'all saw everything on that particular scene. Well, no, y'all didn't. Y'all didn't see me leave the set because I actually left set. Because I really wanted to hit Bobby, but I had to remember that particular time I wasn't drunk, I wasn't doing no drinking, and that Bobby was intoxicated. And people do crazy shit when they're intoxicated. So I became the big man, and I left the set. I did. I left the set. I went, cooled off. I went and sat by Jocelyn and Ballistic, and Jocelyn was throwing money on the strippers, and because we took a break after that. Production was like, okay, you guys take a break. Y'all getting heated. Y'all break.
Was the strip club still going on at that point? Because it seemed like they shut it down just for the filming. Or
it had started filming up at that point. We ended up moving to the back of the strip club into another room they had set up, a private room that they had set up for our challenge to complete the challenge.
Right. Were you surprised that Jocelyn was defending you? But obviously not, because you say you got a good vibe off of her. Because she was one of the main people that was like, really like, oh, like, Bobby, calm down, like, you doing too much.
I think that Jocelyn has a lot of respect for me. She respects those who respect themselves. And that's to only be expected.
Right. That's good that you got a good like impression off of her, because I'm telling a lot of people don't usually get that. So to hear that, that's a really good thing.
Yeah, I did. And I think most of the guys on the cast got a good vibe off of her as well. I think if you interview anybody else from the cast, am I the first one that you interviewed off the cast?
No, I did TBD. Yeah, I did TBD.
Oh, okay. Okay. How'd that go?
It was good. Some of the commenters weren't here for it, but
what did he say about me?
Watch the interview. I want to be messy. Watch the interview. Okay, who do you think did the best during the strip challenge?
Me.
Did you drop Bobby on purpose? Because some of the fans felt like you did it like, oh, that's what you get.
No, I did not drop Bobby on purpose. His boots was slippery. They was leather. And my hands was sweaty. And he...
You great. You funny.
And he slid backwards.
And then also, right now, are you and Bobby in good terms?
I'm sorry?
Are you and Bobby in good terms as of today?
Yes, we're good friends. We actually are good friends.
Okay, that's good. Because I seen you, he basically apologized on social media, and then you were like, oh, we talked about it, and we're on, like, we made up or whatever. Was that after the show? Like, did he hit you up like, oh my God, I'm so sorry?
Actually, before I had left the show, we talked, and then after he hit me up, he came down here to Houston. He took, we went out. We had a really, really good time. We're good. Me and Bobby is good.
Okay, that's good to hear.
I got a feeling that we're going to have a really good, great friendship and a great working relationship in the future.
Okay. And then also, during your elimination, when you finally did go home, I know you don't want to mention him, but when Mr. Who Shall Not Be Named was rolling around you, at one point did you think I should really hit you? Because we all, as viewers, were watching, and some of my subscribers even said it. They was just like, Tony wouldn't have been wrong if he just hit him on his way out. Like when he was
I know I wouldn't have been, because that was another instance of him trying me. But I have to remember, this is a bitch that can't even light his own cigarette, realistically. Right. You know what I'm saying? If I hit him, I could probably kill him. I really, really kept telling myself that through my head. He's trying it. And now he been on this internet trying to internet bully a bitch.
Right.
But it all backfired. It always does.
After the show, were you guys cool at one point? Because I did see that live when he was talking about something dealing with pneumonia and then the Trina's cousin comment. Did you say anything about Trina's cousin at one point?
No, never brought up
Trina's niece. Yeah.
Never brought up Trina's niece. Never once brought it up. He was really saying that because he knows how bad he looked laughing at the situation.
Right.
He was really saying that to try to save his own ass. People are not happy with Ray, especially the wheelchair community. They're not happy with him with the way that he treated me on the entirety of that show. When he said he said that he was the one being nice to me, but he wasn't. And y'all saw that from day one. I tried to be nice to him. I tried to speak to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's rolling past me, acting like he don't see me, acting like he don't hear me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I really feel like he was intimidated by you. I feel like he thought that maybe if you became like a big star off this show, that there would be another person in a wheelchair that has a celebrity persona and not just him. Because he's the only one that's known to be the wheelchair guy. So I think he was intimidated that you might like take his spot. I really do. I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like he was intimidated.
He was definitely. I feel like he was definitely intimidated.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason why I say that is because look at me and look at him.
That damn rolling right. So what is the
and I really let me just say this again.
Yeah.
I really, really did try to be his friend. I really, really did.
We saw.
You can't be nice to everybody. You can't. And I felt bad for him in this situation. Even after he spit on me, that next day, his nurse came to my room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm laying down in my bed. My friend, Davion, who is known as the handler, he answered the door and, it's like, what's up? And he's like, sir, Mr. Ray is hurting real, real bad. I said, well, he needs something for pain. Yes, please. He has nothing. I gave him like 15 pills out of my pill bottle.
Right.
Cut him. I don't take, when I go on set, I didn't take pain pills because I didn't want to be sluggish or relaxed or, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't take narcos. So, he ran through those. He asked me if, he could get some more pills. And I said, well, let me call my doctor down in Texas and get the prescription. Got the prescription, got it filled. Somebody went and had it picked up in Texas because my insurance isn't transferable to the state of Florida.
Right.
I said, it's going to be $90 to ship it here. I don't have $90 to get the prescription shipped here because he said he didn't have any money either. I said, but when I get paid, I'll do it for you.
Right.
It's for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the pills. I still had a pill bottle full of muscle relaxers.
Right.
Those are good.
Was just out of the kindness of your own heart.
Right. And he tried to take that and twist it like he was giving me money. No, you were. Right. I didn't charge you for the first set I gave you.
Right.
After the fact you spit on me, and then I still tried to call a doctor and try to make sure you were okay because I know that I'm in pain. So I know that if at whatever pain that I'm in, you're in times 10.
Right. And I think that's why I feel like a lot of stuff happens to Roller Ray bad, like because he does such bad things and says bad things to certain people. That's why he's always in the hospital. Karma always hits him back one by one because I feel like it's because of what he does and says. Like it's gonna come back to you. And some people, they evil. They play with the dark magic stuff like that. I'm just saying, like
he said, "Fuck June 28th, the day that I got shot."
Yeah.
I shot, and for you to disrespect it. Not only did I get shot there, a 4-year-old girl lost her life there, an 8-year-old was severely injured there at that store. Right. So that store is a problem, and you're disrespecting it and downplaying it. It's not okay. It's not.
Right.
It's never gonna be okay.
Got you. And what is your game plan going to the reunion? Like, I know you have a surprise, so I know you can't reveal it, but who do you want to address directly at the reunion?
Right.
That's the only person.
The only one.
Okay.
Now, if anybody else wants smoke, they're gonna get smoke. But I don't think nobody wants smoke with me.
Right. Who do you think will win at the end?
Who do I think the winner is gonna be?
Yeah.
I feel like Grandy because he's just been breezing through way too slow.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. I think either him or Jameson. But then I feel like they're not gonna pick Jameson just because of what he did with the handler situation and everything like that. So I feel like it's gonna be him. It's gonna be Hercules.
Yeah, I most definitely feel like Hercules is gonna win because he's been like he's breezed through way too easy. It's almost like he knows he's gonna win.
Got you. Do you wish you got picked for Bad Boys instead of this show? Because technically you can still do it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bad boy. You can't tell.
Right. Like technically, I feel like Natalie, she could still cast, like take some of you guys from the show, take some boys that wasn't on this show, mix
but
it.
I was really genuinely looking for love, and so it really I cried after I got eliminated on Sunday.
Oh wow.
I did.
Oh wow. See, a lot of people don't know stuff like that. Like they see the show, they like, oh, all these boys, they there, for clout. They just want internet fame. The
fact that I didn't have no comeback when they eliminated me, and I left quietly like that.
Right.
Like you couldn't tell.
Yeah. No, I could tell you was down. I could tell you was down. And then
my feelings was really hurt.
Right. Did you know how you went the other way? Was it because you were just like hurt in that like you was a little bit
that's shocked? I was hurt and I just wasn't paying attention. Like I was like, oh my God, it didn't feel real.
Right. And they're like, oh, Bobby was like, oh, go the other way. And then also, do you feel like production could have done better, like casting like a disabled person? Like, do you think they could have done a better job of taking care of you, or do you think they did all the best that they could possible?
Man, let me tell you something. Anytime I had an issue and I addressed it, it was fixed right away. Zeus, Slimmy, LJ, Matthew, they took damn good care of me.
Right.
They were doing so much extra shit that I was like, hey. Thank you. I understand it, but I'm trying to recover. Don't treat me like an invalid. Don't treat me like I'm handicapped.
Okay. Right. So that's a big thing with handicapped.
A lot of what y'all saw was on me trying to, you have to be mindful. I'm out here filming this show. I'm not going to therapy. So I'm gonna make this as therapeutic as possible.
Right. Would you do a Zeus All-Stars if it was properly done for you to be able to do the show comfortably? Like if they had let's say mental competitions, physical competitions, crapshoot competitions, would you do a Zeus All-Stars?
I would.
Yeah. Zeus needs to hurry up and do that. I feel like they've been taking too long. Like they need to hurry up because now we got enough shows that they could really mix it up and do let's say 9 guys, 9 girls or something like that. Baddies South or Jocelyn's Cabaret?
Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Why?
You really get to see the inner workings of a female's mind on Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Okay.
And you really get to see Jocelyn. Jocelyn really interacts with those girls, and you really get to see the work that those girls put in.
Right. What do you think of guys? Because this is what I feel like. Guys like Bakari and Andre, they claim they're not gay and that they're just there for because Andre put a post that I'm only into pussy and opportunity. Do you think they're taking advantage of the community? And what do you think about
I feel like they're not comfortable putting labels on themselves.
Okay.
So, well, it's not even that, because I could say that I'm not gay as well. I like girls, I like boys, I like trans, I like everything. So I'm attracted to a person's mind and spirit at the end of the day is what I find attractive. If I find that attractive, then I can be drawn to you.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Who do you think, and I only have a couple questions left, who do you think was doing the most for camera time? These are fan questions, by the way.
Dimitri.
Okay. Why do you think he came out to be a fan favorite? Do you think it's because everybody was sort of against him?
He's not a fan favorite. He's nothing. He's nothing.
Who do you think is the fan favorite, dude?
Me.
I love it. Okay. And then what do you think of the cast being mostly like OnlyFans guys? Do you think that that was the right pick, that they kind of went for that crowd? Because a lot of the guys on your cast do OnlyFans.
What's OnlyFans?
You don't know what OnlyFans is? You lying. Shut up. You lying. You for real? You for real?
No, I'm messing with you.
I was about to say.
I mean, shit. I mean, two hoes trying to stop hoeing, or if we ever get broke, we know we can go back to what we know. I live for it.
Right. All right. So tell us what you are up to now, what we could look forward to you doing. Where can we find you on social media, everything of that sort?
You can definitely find me on Instagram. My Instagram is at kingship_713. That's KINJ SHIP_713.
Okay.
And as far as what can you find me doing, that's none, ya. Just stay tuned and keep watching.
All right, and stay tuned for that reunion because we know it's for the be fire. So please, you guys, all his social media links and stuff will be in the bio. So please make sure to go on his socials and show him some love, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this interview. Thank you so much, Tony, for doing this interview. We got to do a re-up after this reunion so we could get into what happened. That because Zeus don't show everything. So yeah,
absolutely.
All right,
absolutely.
Thank you so much, and entertainers, we are out, babies.
Bye.
No personal thing.
Basically last year I got off work, I stopped at the store, and there was a random drive-by shooting and a stray bullet hit me.
Right.
It's been a rough year. It took a lot for me to rebuild myself mentally to be able to come outside. Right. But I managed to do it, and here I am now. I'm really trying to advocate for gun violence and gun violence victims, especially in my city, where in the last year alone, there's been 15 homicides due to gun violence. That's not counting, the people like me who survived the gunshot wounds and who are injured. And it's been a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then also, I know it was like a straight bullet, but like with that incident that happened, was that person ever caught that actually did the shot or anything like that?
Yes, he was. Because the bullet was so big, I got hit with a hollow point tip bullet.
Yeah.
So there was fingerprints on the bullet, and actually the guy that shot me was already out on bond. And so that's just another case of the bail bond practices here in Harris County and how they affect hardworking citizens like myself.
Right. Sorry to hear that again. And it's good that they casted you to be on the show because we got to see some sort of substance from Zeus, because we're not used to seeing like real life stories. It's usually people that's wanting to get on just to, be famous and everything like that. So